Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is Dynasty here, and welcome back to our Western Empire Rebels campaign. You join us outside Collington, where good old Sextus Rex is the faction leader once again. Yes, it may have taken the clean hands of killing all of his children to do it, but despite all the children being killed, we are in a much better position than we were last time. Certainly much better than only having, two family members in the whole tree. In fact, it was down to one when I threw one to his death, of course. So, luckily, we've now got all of these chaps, even if almost all their children have been killed. Quite why... she must have been born just after. So, I don't know... Well, but then she died peacefully in 418 as well. Odd. Okay, I don't know how you've appeared, Miss Savina. Apparently he has a mistress and just... Apparently no one even knows she's dead. Well, there we are. Let's just not question any of this nonsense anymore. So there's currently one child in the whole dynasty, which is great, I guess. But to be fair, look, plenty of them are at a fresh point in the tree. They can all have children from here on in. We're just going to need a lot of children coming through soon because, yeah, we're very much going to be lacking. Unfortunately, Sextus Rex was about to have a son come of age about now, actually. So it's a bit of a shame he's not going to be here. We'll have to carry on the family tree without him. And of course, as I said last time, there's no bloodline left of Appius Rex. This is obviously, they've had to cut the bloodline completely. So with all of those brutally murdered, we'll have to see where we go from here. I guess that his adopted son has managed to continue his bloodline. We've got Luca Maxium Manus over here. Yes, Titus Ovidius, his line has still continued. In fact, our faction heir will lead out of Titus Ovidius. Sigavoltus the Mean. Why has he picked up the Mean? That's harsh. Look at him. He's fantastic. He needs a bit of battle experience. I'm sending him to Rome just to pick up a little bit of good this or that. Apparently, Lucilia is an astute wife. Marvellous stuff. Good choice there. Yeah, he doesn't have much retinue at the moment, so we send him to Rome to the Ludus Magna to get a little bit of up training there. And hopefully we will see him improve a little bit. Then we'll send him off to the war. He may well be the man who goes and takes the Eastern Empire. But we'll see about that in time. For now, the main thing is to go and take off these rude Burgundi chaps who have created a bit of border gore in the map here. So you just want to have a nice straight line. So we're going to go and kill them as a result of all that. Now, Captain Theolonis, yeah, it's just one unit of chosen archers. Simple enough, but of course this pulls the main force out of the city. With Adderwolf here, I think that's Rebel General, starting Rebel General on the Rebels campaign. Lovely stuff, good old Adderwolf. Very similar looking picture, if I remember, but obviously it's just randomly generated. Now, he does have Axe Bitten, Shield Biter even. I knew it was something like Bitten, Biter. Plus 2 morale is the important thing there. -2 command and defending, though. So that's interesting, because he is currently defending. So that's going to bring his command well down to what? Nothing. 0. Minus. I don't know if that even counts for anything. I'm not sure there is minus. Nonetheless, +2 morale is going to be important. There's 1 Berserker, 32 Berserkers overall. Okay, and a fair few archers. Quite a lot of chosen archers. Yeah, we need to be very careful about all of that nonsense then. We don't have the cavalry to charge them down this occasion. They have all lost their life pretty much on the approach to here. Yeah, we did lose a bit of cav, didn't we? So actually, they massively have the cav advantage of all the noble cavalry here. What we have is the infantry advantage, and obviously the range troops here. So we've got to be a bit careful. You're just going to have to do some good work. So I tell you what, we will take out this first force and then make them walk all the way out to us. Probably a good plan. Let's it in. Our main force is sitting on top of that hill, waiting for the main force to arrive. The 2 little cavalry units are going to plough into these guys. They've done the job. I didn't think they'd do it in one charge since they're chosen archers, but turns out Sarmatians can certainly do the job. Lovely. You get lads then, get back over there. Go and get back into position. That'll be marvellous. Mop these guys up. Actually, you guys finish them off. Sarmatians are more urgently needed to get back here. So, we have ourselves a fair line, apart from these guys who don't seem to know how to formation. So get into a proper position, please, sirs. Thank you very much. So yeah, we've got all the Plumbetari at the front with the 2 1st Legion comitatenses at the front here. Plumbetarian behind, of course. Palatina and Plumbetari over here. We obviously used to have 2 units. One is now dead. So we're going to have to cover it with a slightly weak unit. We do, though, have some Golden Band to help us kind of cover old gaps and, yeah, get around a little bit quicker. Lovely, lovely men, these chaps. So we'll use those best we can. Lovely stuff. Our cavalry are getting back into battle. And I think, to be honest, lads, what you need to do is get yourselves over to these trees and just see if we can, yeah, just catch them at a later point when we need to get some cavalry in. We don't actually have very much cav compared to them. They have a lot of barbarian nobles, so we need to be very, very careful about this indeed. However, if we can take a few out with some flaming shots, that would be lovely. I suspect we'll miss, but with 3 experience, we might start to do a little bit better, he says, as we catastrophically miss at that particular point. Another good hit from the onager there, taking out their cavalry in little blitz and blobs. For some reason, they're just marching towards the cavalry over there and not anything else, which is a little bit strange. Start aiming towards the infantry there. You might well hit across onto that line. These cav are not in the best position at this point. To be honest, I don't mind putting them out of position. It works in my favour on the whole if we can do that. Might be worth though me grabbing the main force here and just starting to get us, yeah, just a little bit wider. Ooh, good hit on whatever that was. Chosen archers probably. Yes, indeed it was. Yeah, let's see if we can just swing around a little bit, change our angle. Honestly, just stay where you are and shoot. Perfectly fine by me. Something like the spear warband would be ideal, I reckon. Where are you now? Ah, not in a bad position. Yeah, just continue to fire. Hopefully a good hit. Oh, in between the lines. That's such a shame. Ah, very close to those 2 shots, but not really enough. Our archers are actually in range now, which is good. We're starting to pull some of them into conflict here. I did have some horse archers in those trees. They have too many archers for me to make them unhidden or to let them shoot. So they're just going to stay in the trees for now, these 2. They're much safer there. Cav, do you want to run over there? That's probably a good idea. Yeah, I think that's going to be best for you, isn't it? So, if we try and aim... Oh, yes, they're lined up perfectly for you now, sir. Perfectly indeed. I love it. Okay, General, can you just charge those guys? They're a bit out of position, if I'm perfectly honest. And we can probably catch them out and, well, yeah, slaughter them. Now, this is a good time for R2 little cav units to come out of the trees, pounce on these lads. They're not in a good position. Yeah, just throw your javelins, chaps. Don't worry about yours. Hold back for the moment. General is engaging with them. We are going to pull them into a conflict very, very soon. That's fine by me. Right, pull yourselves back towards the line. Thank you very much. Our cavalry is chasing them down. Get our other lads over here to come and join in. Yep. Everyone, you said back on the javelins. Oh, we've got hit by them. Just pull out. Just pull out. That's absolutely fine. We'll hit them with the javelins right about now. They will flee, and we'll get our general back around to the front. How have you died? Oh, our poor chariot ballistas. I just left them at the back so they could live. I mean, I suppose in a way they are perfectly good targets for me. To be honest, it doesn't really bother me too much if I lose them at this point. They're not really any use in this battle. Even so, a bit annoying all the same. Actually, yeah, let's keep the general doing his work. Ah, hadn't realised they charged us over here, giving me a Palatina to guard that flank. Palatina, and yeah, go and get the mercenary golden band, who seem to have been shot by the arrows quite a lot. Quite a lot, it seems. Is that their general? That is their general. I need to get someone else in there. You guys head in, come and help us out. Just going to send these cav in as well, just to kind of keep us all busy. That's their general gone. He's fleeing. Can we chop him down? That'll be their morale gone. If we can do that, this is really good at this point. Right, general, continue to do that. You, sir, you don't need to continue doing this. What we need to do instead, actually, is charge forward, because they don't have a lot. Get on top of the archers. Get on top of those cav. Yeah, just start charging in at this point. I don't think there's a lot they can do to all of this. Let's just keep what we got here. Yeah, just keep these where we have them to deal with whatever's left back there. That's the general. That's the general. Ah, it's the spear warband back there. Archers, all of you on that unit spear warband, apart from you, you might as well keep shooting them. And we will head on to these guys in the meantime. General, what have you got left to kill? I don't know, but it should be quite simple at this point, I imagine. They are broken as well. Send the horse archers off to get them. A very noble cav. Lovely. We need to get into them. Don't kill my horse archers. Kill everything apart from the horse archers. I love my lovely hippo. They're not really true hippos, are they? They're so sad and disappointed. Chosen archers over there, just get them, pile on top of their infantry. We shouldn't have a problem with any of this. Onager, stop doing whatever it is you are currently doing. Palatina, you guys get in there. All the archers are probably fairly chill at this point. Quite why those spear wall barons are continuing, I don't know. But we'll just try and charge as many of them down as possible. Armoured archers over there. It's a bit of a mess trying to finish them off because I don't really have enough cav. So what do I have? So over here, you aren't going to catch them, so don't worry about it. If they get back to the city, it's not the end of the world. What I need to do, yeah, get these guys after those Lombard archers. That is no worry for us. Lovely stuff. Right, I think we're just about done here then. Archers, you might as well stop and just run off into random directions. It's only them who aren't breaking. And to be honest, if they're not breaking, that is actually the best situation for us because it means we get to mop them all up. I obviously don't get that option anymore to continue the battle. The battle just ends because apparently I'm the AI now and I don't get a choice. Which is kind of amusing, but kind of quite funny too. Right, those guys are only walking. Now they can run. That'll be perfect. It's a clear victory for us then. We don't quite get to mop them all up, but 59 remain is pretty much entirely dead. Marvellous job. I thought that could have been a lot more painful, but their cavalry didn't manage to do it. They got all slaughtered at the edge of my line. And with that, we can walk straight in, exterminate the population. That is another city under our grasp here. I think we're going to go and get the arena. We need to convert this to Christianity post-haste, I think. But there's a lot of religious buildings and neighbouring region influence here, so obviously going to burn that down in time. Morale bonus +2. Ooh, that's a glorious little thing, that, isn't it? It doesn't. I don't know where it actually keeps that information kind of logged. Bit of a strange one in some ways because it doesn't say anywhere along here, you know, +2 to morale. But I guess somewhere in the files it knows that they were trained there and that they have extra morale, which is lovely for them. Okay, we'll get a few retrained, and I think it's only fair if we are on the front here that we get, yeah, some more cav back because we're a bit short on the cavalry. Lovely stuff. Retinue has expanded. Barbarian turncoat, marvellous. And confident commander, lovely. This chap has improved just a little bit. I like it indeed. So, Vicar Saxonius over here is a little bit miserable, isn't it? What's going on with this nonsense? Head over to, not daily races, monthly races for now. We'll get the arena, helps with happiness, and we can always turn on both if we need to. We can't retrain the Onagers, but we can retrain everyone else, which is probably a very good idea at this point. So we'll go and do that. Did you have the missile thing? I can't remember what temple you've got here. Yeah, missile weapons +3. We really want that one, don't we? That's lovely. So Vicar Saxonius will have the least influence in terms of being a pagan town influence in other borders. So that's fine. We will stick with that for now, and you can train all of that stuff up. When you have money, I think getting a catapult range there will be good, because it'd be nice to have one place to get some powerful units. The only problem is it's so far away. So far away, it's not going to be particularly quick, considering it's onagers, but you know what? We'll just have to deal with that and send them down when we can. So better have that on that soon, otherwise we're going to run out of time for all of that nonsense. Campus Frissi over here is a bit unhappy as well. Low tax rate. I have got it on aqueducts, but I think arena is going to be a more sensible pressing issue, only because I definitely need to go and get that sorted out. You might as well though get these archers whilst you're here. Same amount of influence really. It's just numbers of men that makes a difference at the end of the day. We are at the end of our turn. It's been a long end of a turn really, hasn't it? We haven't done anything yet apart from just going to take the town. So time to end our turn, I think. See what else is on here. Vanius the Mad. And honestly, I'm not bothered about you guys. Can we just have peace now? Maybe we should go and get a diplomat. Yeah, we'll get the diplomat first, then we'll go and get our Sarmatian. That'll be marvellous. Right, best check there's nowhere that desperately needs any units to keep it from rioting. But on the whole, things have settled down a fair amount at this point. We should be good to, just get moving on to the next turn. Marcellus Hortensius has passed away in Ravenna. Beautiful, beautiful man. He was always a very good statesman, I think. Fought in a few battles, of course. He looked after many a city, particularly in Italy. He was involved in all of that campaign, and he's really run this place ever since he used to run Tarentum. He was in Rome. I literally just sent him last turn to Ravenna, so he's passed away in Ravenna. Fortunately, Sigurvoltus the Mean can't quite make it to Rome to take over tenure there. But well, Barrington's got a Christian chapel. That's nice. And the scriptorium is coming up. That's lovely. Oh yes, of course, building the university there. Okay, bit of a sad one. He's always been a nice chap, although he was never the huge world conqueror that maybe Appius was. But I've always liked him. He was a good man, and he deserves a great nod. So, Cassius Acellio, or Catius Acellio. Oh yes, of course, you are one of the two chaps I've got over here. You, sir, though, Secundus Silius, the second silly man. You can come over to Carthage. Your job is to rule that, because you've got a bit of management, a bit of influence, and you're very loyal. So that very much works for me. Now, you, Sir Magnentius, you're okay. You've got the odd little trait there. I need to go send you over to Tingy. So, I'm not going to send you on a boat because I don't trust the seas yet. There is another ship over there. This should probably get back into the docks in that particular case. So go back to yearly games. We're all pretty relaxed about that now. Actually, Scriptorium first. We'll probably find we get better results by grabbing that. I'm really trying to boost all this because the traits and the retinue on this game are such a big influence on everything. Particularly as, there's just so little you can do in terms of public order. Having all the scriptoriums everywhere makes a huge difference, assuming you have enough generals to cover all your regions. So, get city plumbing. It's really... Actually, no, we needed to get the siege engineer up here whilst we had an opportunity to afford it. So I'm going to put that on... put that on the list there. And then we still have enough money, hopefully, to go and smash up some of this stuff next turn. Okay, I think then we'll be fine to go and smash it up. Maybe we'll wait for the arena just to be sure. Yeah, probably best to go and smash it up later. We'll be careful about all of that. Now, Salona. A bit worried about Salona. It's on the borderlands here, and I can't see an awful lot of their land. That is theirs, technically, not mine. So you, sir, if you come over here, put down a watchtower. I don't know how much more you can see. Not a lot. It's quite sparse region, really. Why Greece just turned into basically Athens, and there's Thessalonica as well is there, I think. It's a bit disappointing that there's not more, but there we are. That's just the way things go. You, sir, you need to go and lay down a watchtower too, albeit actually maybe that can be this chap's job. You always have problems with laying watchtowers in this region. Doesn't seem to like it. Not sure why. The game just seems to refuse at every point. Carnuntum. You have yourselves a couple of spies. One of you... Ooh, 63. Yeah, I tell you, at 63 odds, you can do a bit of research going forward. Getting on now, you're not going to last much longer. We might as well go and see what's generally happening in this part of the world. Keep an eye on all of that. Surprisingly, the Goths have survived. It looked like the Huns were going to take them on. But maybe they're quite relaxed at this point. I'm not sure. Yeah, they're still at war. Still at war, these two, but nothing crucial seems to have gone down there. Yeah, there was a comment on a video quite a lot of episodes earlier at this point, which is saying about how the Huns are a bit disappointed in this game. Indeed they are. They don't really do anything, which is a bit of a shame. But, yeah, I guess, the Hordes are... They're a bit of an experiment on this game, weren't they? They were very much trying the new mechanic out before Medieval 2 Total War. And I think in general, they did a pretty good job of it. Just in terms of... Yeah, when you first play this game, how demonic the Hordes are. More than anything else, though, it isn't so much that they're impossible to kill. They are, at the start, they're obviously way too much, but it's more to do with the fact that killing off factions is really hard. Like, if you take the last city of the Franks, but you don't kill their generals before you take the city, then they just become a horde again, and then you have to deal with them all once more. That's more the difficulty of the Hordes in this particular game, I find. But, oh well, we'll get rid of that assassin since he's wandering around. But yeah, to be fair, I'm not sure how much better they really were Medieval 2. They were slightly more... They had a target city in mind. They liked Kiev, they liked Antioch, they liked, Constantinople, whatever, Jerusalem, something like that. But they did a lot of bumbling there as well. On this, they don't bumble so much. They just sack cities and then kill themselves slowly without settling on time. But there we go. It's nice to try these mechanics. Now, what do we want over here? We really need to get these places chilling out a little bit. Academy wouldn't be bad to get the bonus due to law, and I think that was my edit, actually. I don't think that's is that a normal thing? I think that might be my edit from the King Arthur campaign. If it is, then yeah, definitely worth getting all of those things. Definitely indeed. So city plumbing should be, no, it's just health bonus. Yeah, if that was my edit, then it should have should be happiness for the barbs as well and all that nonsense, but apparently not. So you won't worry about that. We'll get an academy over here as well because this chap's on his way to come and look after you. Marvellous. It looks like a bit of a quiet turn for us, really. It's going to settle down a little bit. One day they might walk into Tyre and actually take it, but hopefully that will coincide with 2 or 3 turns' time when we go and take Tingy. For now, we're on 0 denarii and we're going to chill out. You can see what my priorities are right now, can't you? We've got academies and arenas just being pumped out everywhere. Should probably get on the roads as well, though. We can finally actually repair all the stuff that we smashed up when we went and took Vickers Frankie. Lovely, lovely stuff. Yeah, everything's sort of settling down now. And obviously, this guy's very, very old. Oh gosh, we really need to pass on his retinue. So, good old Acelio with his terribly rebellious traits. Yeah, maybe we'll send this guy instead. Tell you what, lads, you meet up halfway. Get back to Vickers Frankie. Good news. And you can pass on all of your lovely stuff to Luke. Oh, Luke has already got everything. Scrap that plan. Oh, scrap that plan. Okay, fine, we'll give it to damn Acelio, who is, what, hugely disloyal. But for now, I guess it's better that someone else has all this stuff and we can pass it on from him later. Come on, runner. Join him. Join him. Sometimes they don't like it. Oh, apparently his run is just truly his lover and he doesn't want to run away. Okay, well, that is kind of slightly in the name, I suppose. So we'll just let that get on as it is for the time being. We'll get the stone wool sorted out. Yeah, we've got the public happiness due to that, which is nice. I did like that little touch on this game. And to be honest, I think once we've retrained these troops, they should be fairly relaxed once again. Okay, the odd rebels popping up, but to be honest, there's not a lot that we have to do with this border at this point. We're actually neutral, by the way. We're neutral with the Burgundi, which is a very strange situation to be in. Completely neutral. There's a Hunnic diplomat. I've just got information from both the Lombardy and the Eastern Empire, by the way, in case you hadn't noticed. So that is what we are looking to do. Okay, that is Hunnish, but it's not really coming up coloured on the map. It should be a bit darker if it was Hun coloured, but okay, that's fine. We'll just ignore that little problem, shall we? Right, spy. I'm just going to send him up there for no particular reason. I'm just intrigued. We're going to send the spy over here. And we'll loop him down into the Eastern Empire very soon. In fact, that's where you're going to go as well. I could do with a bit of spy network in this part of the world, but it's not my biggest priority. You're 54. We need someone who's a bit younger to start heading south in case. 53. And this guy is 49. They're all quite old at this point, aren't they? Bit of a shame. You can head over there, sir. You can head on down this way. It's all absolutely fine. Now, Tara has, of course, flipped back at long last. Oh, nice. The killer over here is going to poison her. That's that chap who just went and killed someone. Lovely stuff. He's getting much better then. Decorated hero. Oh, yeah, of course, that's just because we just passed over all of that stuff. And it's all well and good. Now, at long last, I think we might finally be able to start thinking about sorting out the problems that we got with the games running in a few of these towns. Londinium is a bit big. That's just finished growing, which is the main problem. Get the Christian church. That will help us out here, and maybe just one more unit, maybe some archers. We just need a little bit of a squad for when any good old rebels turn up. So don't worry about that. And over in the capital, let's get an academy. We don't even have an academy in the capital. Utterly ludicrous. But we are now one turn away, ladies and gents, from Tingy turning over turning over to us. And that's good. Very good indeed, because that means Antara will become the capital, and Tara should chill out. Because they've currently got 2 full stacks of peasants over here. It's utterly ludicrous. I do kind of love it. And yeah, otherwise, the border seemed very quiet. I mean, when I got map information from the Eastern Empire, they did discuss the idea of, how about I pay them or they attack. But it's fine. I made a counter offer, which didn't involve please don't attack. It was just, how about I just, give you 400 denarii then for map information. And they were fine. So technically, I've not begged them to not attack me just yet. I want to keep this spy over with our good old leader, Sextus Rex. I'm just going to check the family tree at this point, though. I want to check that we are just down to one faction leader. It looks like we are. No, we've got Sextus Rex. We've also got Crispus. Oh, yes, of course, Crispus. Wherever he is, it won't actually take me to him. I don't know where Crispus is in any way, shape, or form. I don't know if he actually really exists. But apparently somewhere we have Crispus, who is also our other faction leader. It's interesting. I do kind of like that nod to our original game, though. So whether he is, whether it's actually... Yeah, there we are. That's him over there. Crispus, the leader of the rebels. He's on our family tree. Interesting. Very interesting indeed. Okay, so is this their family tree? From Maximus Rex... so these are all those guys over here. Cornelius, Vetranio. Are these all these chaps? Cornelius. Yeah, okay. So this end of the family tree, Maximus Rex, he decided his dead end of the tree, obviously. Yeah, he is all in this section over here, which is all the rebels. So we're all on one tree now. Oh, that's kind of nice. It's weird. It's weird, but it's kind of nice. We're all on the same family tree at long last. Oh, game. Do some magical things. And as much as I do guides in this game, I have no idea what is going on there, quite frankly. Absolutely no idea. Unsurprisingly, then, at Dimity, they're going to put up a little bit of a fight. It is 5-3, so not the worst odds here. As I thought, there's quite a lot of Catholic priests in here, a few archers, quite a lot of cav. Actually, that amount of cav is very dangerous. They could win this. You know what? I'm sure it'll be fine. We'll shoot them down with archers before they hit us. We'll slaughter them that way. Let's get in. Well, I was hoping to get everyone into position over here on this little hill, but nope. We're going to have all sorts of problems instead. You're not going to get a javelin in. These guys are just going to have to be the fool guys who get themselves killed in order to slow down the the lads that are coming in for us. So that's a shame. We'll have to keep fighting. We're actually eager, which is surprising. They're the ones who are shaken. So at least let's manage to let everyone else get forward, apart from those Foderatis who are just a little bit slow. Well done, chaps. You've done amazingly well considering you've got no experience at all. There we are. They've broken both of those units. They can throw javelins into the next guys if they so want to. That'll be lovely. And everyone else is now into position. Good stuff indeed. So these guys behind the lines causing a few problems. We will, be able to let everyone else get on with the fight, and this might work surprisingly well in our favour. Another unit broken, and frankly, these guys are absolute heroes. They are still fighting. They are going to go. Yeah, they're surrounded. The archers were charging in, and who can fight against the archers? Damn it! Shame for them. Okay, they're all dead, as you might well have expected, but I'm sure it'll be absolutely fine. A bit intrigued by the way they've decided to set us up over here. I'm just going to actually get used as... Yeah, let's just move these guys over here very, very quickly, and you can go onto this flank just so we've got a bit of cav on each side of these chaps in the middle. So into position, archers will get some shots in very, very soon. No skirmish mode. Good. So speed this up as we start shooting in on them. I love it. Yeah, they're going to charge, are they? Okay, you guys, charge into them. Oh, look, they're not doing it. No, just hold back a moment. Hold back a moment. They're getting javelin to death. I'm happy to accept that. They don't know what to do. They're both broken. They have both broken. This is all going very well indeed, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, I did want to get onto this slight hill because it does make a difference when you do that. They are right in front of me right now. General could be a problem. They're just standing there. They don't really quite know what to commit because they don't know where they think we're weakest. You know what? Get him. Get him. Get in. You get into them. Yeah. No, that's it. Right, in we go. General, get around the back. Kill those priests. Their general is fleeing. What an absolute fiend. Oh, no. You guys defend us from the Sarmatian Auxilia, please. Defend! Okay, well done, sirs. You've managed to just about keep us covered. And we can head into these guys and just clear them out. They're annoying me. They're annoying me quite a lot. They're broken. Good. good. Right, bring ourselves back in, lads. Bring yourselves back in. And we will clear out what we can. And what is over here? Something auxiliary. Okay, we're absolutely fine. We'll just bring ourselves back to a line and we'll continue the little battle. General's coming in for another poke, and I don't think that's going to end all that well for him, to be honest. We'll just get our General around the back, and this time we're going to actually catch him and cut him down. There we go. We're on top of him now. Send everyone forward. We're just going to start moving forward. Just start charging them a little bit. And as they come forward to us, we'll get them chopped down, I reckon. Mercenary equites. Actually, infantry can just stay in position, actually. We'll just let them keep running at us. Works better, I think. General comes thundering down the hill. The arrow's coming just before. Look at that. Perfectly orchestrated move. They've actually turned away before we hit with the charge, but it's all absolutely fine. It was just such a beautiful move. Yeah, they're gone again. Get on top of that General. Slaughter him. I think we've done it this time. They're completely gone. We'll chop him down. We don't really want to get killed by the towers, so we'll just pull back and just watch them run out again and again and again. That's what happens when you rebel against the rebels. You just cause utter nonsense and you get yourself killed. I'm just going to go and finish it this time. I'm fed up of waiting. These last few men keep on running out at us. Honestly, it just needs that guy to break, and there we go. Very efficient job there. We lost that one unit, the sacrificial lambs, of course, but those guys aside, it was all pretty simple. We will, I suspect, exterminate all of the heathens. Why are they sending men forward? What do they expect to achieve over here? Okay, Vicus Alemanni has itself some damage. That was a bit unnecessary. Where did that come from? Okay, what's happened here? Why is this so bad? When was this so bad? I'm slightly confused. How did this happen? Daily races and daily games for now. There must be a spy in here or something like that, because I don't know how that suddenly plummeted so much. Unless you're all screaming at me last episode when I completely missed that, but we'll send some men over from there. To be honest, I could probably do with... Oh god, you can't train anything of any use, can you? Okay, get some more Plumbataris. Send some Foderatis over there just to keep you filled up. Honestly, with Nepos Lucanus over here, fantastic chap, by the way. With him, I'm sure we'll be absolutely fine. Faction announcements then. Vicus Saxonis has some races held, yes. Placus Velius has... Ooh, lovely. Battle wounds sorted out. That's perfect. Donatist Thinker, yep, he suggests you should donate your organs after you die. That's exactly what that means. I agree, sir. That seems eminently sensible. Okay, so Tara, at last, is now their capital. It is not rebelling anymore. Distance to capital was entirely the problem in that particular little affair there. Now, can we actually lay watchtowers this time? We can! Oh, it's a glorious, glorious day, ladies and gentlemen. We're allowed to put down a watchtower in the desert. Perfect stuff. Okay, we'll I don't know if you've got to spend your life here, sir. Maybe you do, but for now, I wouldn't worry about it. Build yourself... Build some academy first, then get some roads, and you can go home one day. Go somewhere else. You're only 29, you don't just spend your whole life in the desert, but you've done a good job here to start us off. We'll get some cavalry just because you could do with something to boost you along. And Magnentius Figiltus over here has himself a chance to walk into Tingi. Lovely, nice trip to Tangiers for us. I might well have a little pop over to Morocco in the autumn. It's a nice time of year to be there. Could do it done with the highways before you got here, to be honest, sir. But get the scriptorium. Get the scriptorium. I think that's a decent plan, actually. Get us all sorted out. Retrain those couple units. And I think that's probably enough of a garrison for the time being. Cordoba, still a bit unhappy, as you might well expect. Get a spy, just to make sure there's nothing floating around here. This tower's not worked for a long time. I recall I used to have a unit on there, sitting there, and I thought, oh, it's fine, I'll get rid of it, and then the tower still didn't work, so, yeah. Maybe we'll have to build a new tower. Perhaps it's just the way it goes. Fine, fine, fine. Right, with that then, I think the Glorious Revolution is complete. And really, everything's settling down. The rebellions have been quelled, apart from Vicus Alemanni for no obvious reason. Tara is now the home of the Rebel Alliance. And to be honest, if we just keep a boat floating round just to remind them that we control the waters, that would be magnificent. We can probably, reckon, if once we've retrained that, go and take them on. So we'll just get one more boat. No, I can't afford it. Okay, we won't get one more boat, but for now I won't worry too much about that little problem there. So there are some rebels over there. Ah, that's why they were over here, to clear out those rebels. Of course it was, of course it was. Well, get a bit more training by hacking his face off. That'd be lovely. And for now, we might as well get on with sabotage. So let's cause them some problems. Let's destroy their temple to Wotan. Marvellous stuff. Public order is at 80. Okay, we're just going to use these two guys here to just cause all sorts of annoying little pesky problems, because that's the best way of doing life. So obviously that's the strongest settlement. Up here is a bit rubbish, isn't it? We know that from playing the Slavs. That wasn't very worthwhile. If you're wondering what's happened to the Slavs, by the way, I think I wrote them out of the script when I started this by accident. I think I must have used maybe I used my Slavs file as a basis for this. I don't really remember, but basically they haven't turned up, haven't had that. I have edited the events so that they might well turn up now, but I can't remember if that file is only read at the start. So I have a feeling they're not going to turn up on this particular game, which, to be honest, probably helps me out, I guess. But bit of a shame. I have tried to rejig them into the game, but I don't really want to make things any less stable. I mean, the game is perfectly stable. It's just weird things are going on with the family tree. It's a little bit confused as to what's going on. But aside from, well, yeah, I mean, aside from the fact that I can't end battles by my own choice, and obviously the family tree's gone a bit bananas, to be honest, in general, we're not really seeing too many negatives. Goths and Lombardy's alliance is in tatters. I don't quite know what's gone on there then. We'll have to find out. Oh, a few family members have died. How very sad. Actually, no. It's Admiral and Spy in Sarmatia. That's not the end of the world. Augustus Aselio has died. You weren't even very old. We just gave you retinue. In fact, we gave you this guy's retinue. He's 77. Okay, well, Augustus Aselio is dead. That was unexpected. But there we are. Secundus Sidious has got married. That is good news indeed, because he is a pretty good chap, and we do need to get some babies out in this world. So please go and do that. Have a vow of poverty, but this, the Abyss, no, that's just improved from wounds. I was wondering if there was anything there for children. Master of Cavalry. Okay, so he's picked that up. He's also the head of the Imperial Secretariat. Okay, that's very good indeed. Well done, sir. Yes, of course, because Appius used to be the head of the household cavalry, wasn't he? But I'm not sure if we ever managed to pass that on. I can't remember where it's turned up now. Magna's past childbearing age. I don't know who she is, but I never got the option to marry her to anyone. So, you know, that's hardly I can be blamed for any of the nonsense that's going on in this family at this point. I'm trying to see any women who are actually alive. I don't honestly see where you are, my dear. So wherever you are, you clearly don't matter. Maybe she just gets fated out when she's too old for childbirth. The study over here, there are barely no women. Basically, it's not like the only woman in this entire faction. Basically, we have the faction heir has a wife and some kids he's adopted and no actual children. And then, yeah, Secundus Sidious has a wife. Is that it? Everyone else is dead. They all got killed. All the wives got killed as well. This is... I don't even really notice the wives getting killed. But yeah, they've all been killed in 418 as well. All of them just murdered. It's only Severina over here who somehow managed to get born, I think, actually, after her mother's death, which is impressive. Impressive. We'll keep an eye on what she does in time. She'll marry someone important, I think. I have much of a choice. Augusta Vindicorum has grown. That's lovely, but we have no money to do anything. So yeah, money has started to improve though. I am much happier with where we are with that at this point. And to be honest, most of the towns are settled down. Our economy is going to start to boom very soon, particularly if we just pick up the odd rebels. Have to go and collect some of the forces around here to deal with them. Sad, sad day for us, ladies and gentlemen. Secundus Odianthus has passed away in Colonia Agrippina up here. In his honour, we're going to build an aqueduct that we never let him have. But it's all fine. It's all fine. He lived until a grand old age of 78 or so. So a good servant of our empire. I thought he'd pass away a long time ago. Now, as a Vicus Alemanni, I realised the main problem I had here was that I left the old pagan guy in here, and obviously he's converted the entire town to paganism. When the town had a Christian temple. That's why that all went wrong. I'm sure some of you are screaming at me about that. So obviously his role can be to go and look after Vicus Saxones. At the moment, we're obviously training some of our... Oh yes, this is the Oninger Training Centre. So we're going to get on with that. We've been taking on a few rebels over here, so we can't actually retrain the Onagers, but they've got some good target practice in the meantime. So that's not too shabby. What I probably want with you then, sir, not particularly exceptional, but you're fine. You can probably head over and look after Colonia Agrippina for the time being then, and you can look after that job. We do have ourselves a nice young chap in Burgundi, by the way, Jovianus Varius over here, who's just been, he's the son-in-law, I guess, of this guy here. Yeah, confident commander, sharp, positive Christian. I think, we built the lovely new academy, and he met the governor's daughter there. So it's a marvellous time for us. We picked up someone new and young and exciting. To be honest, I think he should probably head over in that direction himself. Go to Varicum for now. I don't know if we've got anything here. We've got an academy there, so you head over, look after that town. That's your job now, sir. All looking marvellous. I've noticed up here they haven't built a port, possibly due to the fact that they have no money because of all these armies. I do see a boat coming for us, so we need to send the fleet over here. This fleet actually did manage to clear out the other ships in the area, so we'll have to go and see if we can take out these guys. Might be a tight battle, but we've got a commander here with a bit of the Admiral's got a few command. Normally just having the commander makes such a difference in it to resolve, so hopefully that'll be fine when we get to that in a few turns time. Otherwise though, we're just really trying to build the economy back up. I've got 10,000. I've already spent a bit of money this turn, so we're doing a little bit better. People are getting investment throughout the Empire Massilia, which I feel like at some point I made capital, but maybe I did it. Maybe that was on the Britons game. I'm so confused. It was the Britons game. The same part of the world is confusing me. Yeah, I could do a move in the capital at some point because, of course, we are not very Wesley focused anymore. We're very much moving to the east. So you are how pagan at this point? You're still completely pagan because that guy wasn't converting you. That's fine. So yeah, we'll give you a pagan ruler. That'll mean we can really just pump up the tax rate there. That'll be lovely stuff. We'll have about the academy for now. You can all be barbaric pagans and not worry about any of that nonsense. But yeah, Vicus Frankie over here, I think, because that's starting to get a bit fed up, we're going to get rid of the temple to Wotan, and we're going to change over to Christianity now. Probably the right time to go and do that. We've got we've got what we need built. We've built up the arena just to make sure. Just need to check in on all of these towns here. Campus Chatty as well. Also, last I note, pagan. That's got the morale bonus to troops. We're also going to smash up that. They're not 100% happy. Probably midway between converting. No, they're not. They're not at all. In fact, we definitely need to build this to start converting. Neighbouring regions is quite a big influence right now. Yeah, because it's neighboured to all of this. So, Campus Chatty might be a bit of a difficult one. I might need to think about who we send there. Need someone with all. I need to send one of the chaps from Italy who have got all of that great training. Now you, sir, 47. You're strong indeed. Yeah, you've got the Ancrest there, which is extra conversion, which is helpful. But is it the only one you've got? Not sure you've got too much in terms of all of that. A bit of conversion rate, but not a huge amount actually. Not as much as I'd like. Let's see who else we've got. We've obviously got Servius Aelianus over here, who was quite recently sent in this direction. Going to pick up a bit of extra conversion stuff, and yeah, he's gained a little bit of that nonsense, but not too much. With Servioltus of the mean over here. Yeah, I think it's mean because he's actually he seems to be converting people by force, which seems to be what's happening here, which is causing a few problems. So I might send him out of Rome before too long, albeit he gets to retrain some of our lovely troops. So we're going to get these guys retrained. These are some of the decent ones. They're going to go in the second army at Tarentum, get them ready to attack. So, as for the Eastern Empire and our attack on them, the main plan when it comes to all that is we are going to try and be proactive with it. They might want to attack us soon, but to be honest, Aquincum is very vulnerable. Sirmium has very little more troops than we already have here. And if I'm honest, I'm going to get some spies around to see what's going on. Constantinople, fairly weakly defended, so is Thessalonica. I don't think they've got a lot of troops over here. So what I want to do is a kind of a sting operation. We can obviously attack them on these borders here. Although, to be honest, we can probably try and guard the mountain towns here. And the army at Collington, so the main force, needs to probably start moving on pretty soon. They've just been sitting there for the time being to make sure there was no immediate attack from the east. But they seem fairly chill at the moment. So what I want to do is I want to launch a kind of sting mission and try aim for a few key places. So Alexandria, absolutely, we're going to go take that. Antioch and Constantinople. We might just try and nab all three from the get-go. That could be a lot of fun. So we'll see about that. It might be that there's some opportunity. The first thing I'm going to do is get my spies out and about. So I've got myself one spy over here. We're going to get him onto that boat. We're going to get another spy, actually. And can you afford one more? I can't see spies. There's the spy. So we're going to get a huge amount of spies. Just pump them out in that direction. Only 9 on there. I'm sure we'll be fine. Yeah, we'll start sending them over to their empire. We'll scout out one of the best places. It might be that there's an Eastern Empire revolt at some point. I know there's one at the moment. If we can find it, we might be able to just nab that town instead and use that as a starting base. And that way, it yes, it might give us a good chance to poke them where they don't like it. So we're going to get some good retraining done in Rome. I don't want to pump out huge amounts of armies. My economy can't really handle that. I need a fair amount just to deal with public order and rebellions and all that nonsense. However, if I pick well, if I make sure I have elite armies rather than, you know, lots and lots of armies, then this could be good fun indeed. We obviously have this force up here. It's a bit of retraining or a bit of jigging, but not a lot. We obviously have the forces split between Rome and Tarentum right now who are getting retrained. So we need to get back on at Rome, actually, train up some of the good stuff. So that'll probably resume next turn. I've managed in the last few turns, obviously you can tell the date's moved on a bit. I've just been gaining money each turn, a good 15 or so thousand denarii. Been pumping it into infrastructure that's been desperately needed, particularly towns where we've needed to build the new governor's buildings and all of that nonsense. So yes, there's been a few of those things to be sorted out. I think the Empire's much more settled down now. We have ourselves our one pagan town for our one pagan leader. He can go hang out up there. And the rest are being, well, forcefully converted. Good news, ladies and gentlemen. We managed to get ourselves a ceasefire with the Western Empire rebels. See, they're just our friends now. We invite the rebellions to come and join us. It's wonderful stuff. Ah, good. A new bit of building done over here. Lovely, lovely, lovely. So I think we might as well just get some basic farming down. Okay, so things are coming together at this point then. Although, having said that, I can't help but notice this big force over here. So I think it's going to go down pretty darn soon, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, I think it's coming. So I'm going to spend a few turns just training. They're going to take quite a few turns to get here, but I think it's probably worth me grabbing whatever boat I've got, sending it down here. We're going to get some reinforcements over in Carthage and send them over. Same with Syracuse over here. Get ourselves a boat and, yeah, retrain the troops, retrain the troops. We had a plague here before, so they need to chill out just a little bit. Okay, good. And the other things that we're mainly sorting out at the moment then is just heading north with good old Sigavoltus the Main. He is a ridiculous converter at this point. I think he might just be the Pope. I know it's supposed to be retinue, but I kind of just think that is him at this point. We're having lots of problems with rebellion over here as we convert the pagans. A lot of pagan regions around, so yeah, it's a bit slow work trying to convert them. Just sending bodies sending bodies over the border at this point to try and convert these cities. Yeah, problems. Certainly is problems here at the moment. So we go to Christian Church, just continue converting everything. We have just done, good. We've just done what I said in terms of this, so we'll burn that down. We'll get ourselves a Bishop Shrine. Yes. That is very good indeed. The diplomat in Pannonia has passed away. Nothing intriguing, to be honest. Sevius Aelianus has got himself married, which is fine. He's incredibly dull and uninteresting, but he exists, and that, I suppose, is better than nothing. So you, Sir Jovianus, we've never really needed anyone in this part of the world. Counter the Imperial Calendar. How lovely. Movement points, force march, and loyalty. Indeed, a bit of loyalty would be helpful. Head over to Colonia Agrippina. That will help us out over there. Londinium. Oh, we can't afford anything. We can't afford anything. It's all very sad. In Consolidation, though, I have moved on the army at this point. We are essentially just getting everyone to shift along. Albeit, actually, probably could do with a spy, just to make sure we move people in that direction. Leo Sextus Rex heading back towards Rome. He has taken out some rebels on the way. A bit more experience throughout onagers, which is marvellous news. The armies are going to have to get together pretty quick, because I imagine that is going to be an invasion force, at least down here in this part of the world. So, yeah, Cyrene, which was pretty empty, was pretty serene, all things considered, is now looking a little bit dodgy. So, this chap over here, one spy, you just go and land over by Ephesus. Give us some eyes on that part of the world. That would be magnificent. This boat, keep on moving this way. We need to see a little bit more in that part of the world. And next time we can afford another spy, we might as well start sending it over towards Constantinople. Thessalonica and Athens should be able to be seen from the same spot. Good. Good, good, good. Not too worried about Athens, because they don't normally build troops up here, and certainly it's going to take a while to get them round, but I need to keep an eye on these two, certainly. Things are coming to a head with the Eastern Empire. It's a bit of a weird episode right now where we are sort of clicking through the turns a little bit, but this essentially means that we're going to get straight to the action with the Eastern Empire. It's just a lot of empire work at the moment, but I'm pleased we've got ourselves a bit of peace with the Western Empire rebels. That's exactly where we wanted to be. Our assassin can continue just to lop the heads off whoever turns up here. They rejected peace time and time again, so we will just go and get them killed. The Lombardies don't look like they're going to attack us just yet, so that's all fine. They might actually rebel, which would be funny. So I'll certainly take that. I'll quite happily nab that for myself. It's an old capital, so I'll have some good infrastructure. And, there's some decent little bits of amber along here. Actually, this is a lot better in Rome Total War. There's free amber. No, that's wrong. I just couldn't see all of it. Yeah, it's quite a rich settlement. Always was, as a Vicus Gothy in Rome Total War. So good to see. It's still actually pretty darn nice. Right. Last few bits then before we end up for today. Looks like we're on the verge of war. Well, here it is then, ladies and gentlemen. We're at that point. Accept or we attack. Give us some money. I think we won't be given them whatever money we have. But, I think that pretty much tells us all we need to know. The war is very much soon on our plate. So, we are now officially the strongest faction, which is possibly why the game's decided that. That has happened on and off, actually, for a little while now. Carthage is plagued, which is quite irritating. I actually managed to get the lad out here because the general over here has actually passed away. So he can serve as a replacement whilst they... Ooh, it flipped over. Good. That has slowed them down. I was going to say they're on their way to come and attack us. But if that's flipped over, it buys us a bit of time. I did put my spy in there and might have just flipped it over the line. That's good to know. Okay. We will wander around, just keep an eye on all of that nonsense. Lovely stuff. And Buddy and the Goths are at war, not particularly of interest to us. And otherwise, Christian Church over in Campus Chatty over there. Fine, things are starting to chill out here. 41%. And most importantly, our good old friend Sigivoltus the Mean is on his way too. So if he makes his way over the border, we're very much going to be ready for that. Now, these chariots, to be honest, were only supposed to escort you when you wandered around in Italy. Didn't mean to send them all the way over here. So we'll go take those back to Italy, and we'll prep for the war then. Okay, I think this is a good point to leave it before next time then, ladies and gentlemen. It has been a period of peace. A period of peace, albeit it's probably only been, 30 minutes of an episode. But, we've had peace for a good 10 years or so at this point, I think. It's been near enough that. So let us remember that wherever he is, Sextus Rex, he oversaw the longest period of peace that the Roman Empire has known in this time. He's managed to bring the Pax Romana back. However, we still have a big issue to face, which is the Eastern Empire are threatening us at this stage. I think they realise that the end is nigh and we're going to come to loggerheads. We actually have ourselves peace with Lombardy. They are neutral with us. We have ourselves peace with our own rebels. We have, well, sort of our friends, the Eastern Empire rebels, who are at the very least going to slow them down in this part of the world. Our spies are out in the world. I've got myself a boat over here who's just spying on Athens and Macedonia. I've got myself this guy over here. He's going to dump this lad over here. Salamis as well. We have a spy there just to see what's going on. But we can go and take these lands wherever we want, which is essentially down this part of the world. Antioch and Egypt are certainly going to be targets for me as we move forward. So next time I'm sure the war will begin, and well, we don't really have a huge economy. Our economy is struggling. Public order is a big problem, and we haven't really had long enough to deal with all of the problems before this war started, but things are a lot more chilled out than they were before. We certainly should be able to get all of the problems of Christianity sorted out over here. We converted a load of the pagans, and essentially that's what Sigavoltus the Mean does. He goes around convincing you in one way or another. It might well be by the sword, and it might be with the Pope staring over your bedchamber, that perhaps, yes, you should convert to Christianity. One way or another, though, we seem to be converting them pretty much around this area. It will work out for us very, very soon. Right, some rebels to go nab out as well, but I will leave that all until next time, because for now we are on that brink of war, and I'd like to leave it teetering on the edge. For now, I will leave you there. I'm Thomas, this is Dynasty, and this has been a Western Empire Rebels campaign. Thank you, and goodbye. The most plunderful time of the year. No flag, no country. Simultaneous death roboting. That's what we all came to see. The golden age as we nuke the world. These guys will soon be blown out of the water. Did you see what I did there? I am not proud of myself.